Well, it's great to speak to you again. We spoke right before season one began.
Got it. That's right. I was trying to remember when we spoke. So, like, it's good to see you as well. Talk to you again.
I have to say, Boyd's going through it. I mean, he's having a tough time.
Yes, he is, ma'am. It's it's certainly not anything he had anticipated or could have anticipated. So it's tough. It's tough. He got pushed into a magical tree. I mean, you couldn't have figured that was going to happen. You just couldn't.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. What can you tell us to expect this season?
So, and like I just said, he gets pushed into, a magical tree, and that's the fun, easy way to say that, right? But he gets pushed into this tree and pops up somewhere else, and from that point on, season 2 just starts to move at like a rapid pace. Like there's just one thing after another. Like some questions get answered, but then there are more questions about something else, and so season 2 really just it just runs like a runaway freight. Like it's just like you just feel like you're on this unsteady ride from the beginning to the end. And well, if you think Boyd's life is tricky now, wait till you get into season 2 and see how tricky his life is and everybody else's life is. How hard it is for them to figure out what's going on, and then it keeps turning up all the way till the end. It's really fantastic.
That's amazing. I may have seen some of it, but I'm not going to say anything about it to ruin it.
Well, hopefully you're enjoying it. So that's all I have. Or you're scared a little. Or you're scared a little.
Maybe just a little bit. How do you think he's changed? Has he evolved?
Yeah, that word evolution is it's a funny word. Has he evolved? He certainly has. And you usually think of evolution as rising, but I think his mind is his biggest problem right now, and it feels more like he's devolving, like he's changed from the first season where he knew what he had to do. I think in the second season, he doesn't even know if he's thinking straight. He doesn't even know if what he's seeing is actually happen. And so each one of his choices is not just like a single guess. It's like a triple guess. It's like, did that happen? Am I responding correctly to that? And if I respond correctly to that, will it get me any results? Because I don't even know where I am. I don't know what's going on. Is it me? Is it out there? So I think it feels like he's devolving, and I think that's the big problem for Boyd in season 2. That his brain is just splintered at this point, and he can't trust himself. And now that causes power shifts throughout the entire town. Now people don't even know to trust him, and then if you can't trust him, who do you trust, and who steps up to be the leader, and can they trust themselves? It leaves a bunch more questions.
Right. Well, hopefully they'll get answered in season 3. But that's
from your mouth to God's ear. Let's hope.
Because the show it's fantastic. It's dark. It's creepy.
Yeah, it's all those things. I agree with you.
And you do an amazing job of dealing with the chaos that's in this guy's head.
Right. Thanks, Kelly. I try to do as good a job as I can. Just trying to get through my own chaos in my head.
Right.
So let's see.
And let me just say the best way to ask this. Do you think that he will overcome what is coming for him?
Another good question, Kelly. Do I think he'll overcome it? I think he's going to try with all of his strength to overcome it. If he'll do that, that is something we're going to find out. That is certainly something we're going to find out. But I think, at least in his brain, he is going to give it everything he has. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. Oh, he's very determined. Especially to fix things for his son, so his son
Yeah.
can have a life.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he's coming to feel fatherly about a bunch of people, about Christy, about Kenny, about his son, about Fatima. I think he feels in a familial way about all of them. And he's really gonna, of course, work to save his family and everybody else. But he has to know what to trust in. And that's where he's running into the biggest problems in season 2. So the hope is that he can fix that. But when you suddenly have real mental difficulties, we just don't know how our brains will settle. That's the best way to say that.
And I mean, he's still got problems from season 1 with his health.
Right.
And,
right.
Keeping it from everybody. And I mean, he's a mess.
That's a simple way to say it. He's a full mess there, Kelly. Full mess.
But, he's a great character. And I love that more mysterious things are going on, that it's not just the monsters anymore. He's got to deal with, everything else weird, plus the monster in his head.
Exactly right. Yep.
It's just, he's got so much going on, but I love it.
It's a full plate.
You feel sorry for him. You feel connected to him.
You feel sorry for him? What'd you say?
I said, you feel sorry for him. You feel connected to him. I mean, this is a guy that you can feel for.
Right.
And, relate to, because mental illness is a problem for a lot of folks.
And this is why I think our show is really, really great. Because, you can have a show about, monsters or evil spirits or whatever. But whenever you connect, when you feel like, oh, I feel like I can connect to that person, I can understand, oh, I may make those choices, then you're in. Then the things that happen are super scary because they feel really personal. Do you know what I mean? Oh, this is somebody I could care about, or it could be me, or I might have made this choice. Now what would I do? And that's what I think makes our show really not only fun and entertainment, but super scary. Because once you're invested in it, you're trying to protect your own heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, once you're in, you're hooked.
That's it.
So, yeah, I'm there.
There you go. Good. We got you, Kelly. We got you. You're one of us now. We're not letting you go.
That's fine with me. Like I said, I'm rooting for season 3. So
same here.
Season 2's not out yet, and I'm already begging for season 3. So that's a statement right there.
So that's a good feeling. Let's hope that we get that.